Hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome to the
Welcome
2020 Equipment Roundup.
Yes, indeed.
Special.
It's been so long since we connected. We just missed you guys, and we had to be back.
We had to be back.
So we've been chatting about this one for a little while. I think it was talked about being maybe before Christmas or a Christmas Day special.
We talked about it being like sometime right before Christmas, but we're close. Just after.
We're here. We are here.
So we're going to do two things. One, you're going to hear more or less our personal. Is your mic on?
My mic should be on.
Yeah, you're good. We're going to do kind of our personal view. Is that what you had in mind? Like your favorites of the year in each category, my favorites, and then you have compiled, and young Jamie has compiled us a nice little list.
Lovely list.
The best-selling items in each category from the shop, which is a great. I saw that. Dylan is currently pissed in Scotland. Good for you, Dylan.
I never even realised this.
I know, it's New Year's Eve.
Our friends in the UK and elsewhere are steaming right now.
Because they're going to be ringing it in what, 4 more hours?
That is world class.
Well, we're
join
jealous.
us.
Yeah, join us.
Join us. And don't worry about keeping it wherever you want to be.
No.
Be drunk as you want.
The live chat is a free-for-all. Go nuts. We won't be taking questions, just so you guys know.
Yeah.
And if you're watching this on a replay, this was live, if you're wondering why we're talking about questions.
Yeah.
But we will see your comments, and feel free to still comment, because it's always enjoyable.
Yeah, and in the comments, feel free to let us know what your favourites have been.
Yeah.
We're going to start with the drivers, work into fairways, hybrids, irons, work through the different segments of that, wedges, putters, all that sort of stuff. So
yes,
let us know what you guys thought, what you bought, what you played.
Absolutely.
Maybe something didn't work and you got something else that worked perfectly for you. So
totally.
We're going to get into that.
What do you want to do first?
Let's start at the top, the big dogs.
With sales list or our preference
So
list?
let's go preferences, then we'll go sales second.
Okay.
Driver of the year for you.
Driver of the year for me was the TSI 3. I don't have to think about that one very much. That's my personal one.
Yeah.
And there are other drivers I think that perform just as well, but my personal preference for the look and sound put that one just a little bit above the rest.
Probably quite an easy one for you guys to know that I loved and really enjoyed having Sim this year. I think it was a brilliant driver, so versatile, all sorts of players you could fit into it. I loved the ability for the loft to go down to 8.
Absolutely.
That was a really good one for us. Even the higher handicappers to go 8 and then close that head up a little bit, weight in the heel to move the CG heel side. It wasn't just the low handicappers driver, so that was really, really good.
No, that was a great driver, absolutely.
Yeah. So that was our choice.
Yes.
Sales in the store, Sim was a significant winner in the store in the kind of the players category.
Yeah.
In the more game improvement category, G410 Plus was the best seller of the year.
Not surprised.
And Jamie did leave a little side note on the Sim. For the amount of time that TSI was out, which was probably, a quarter of the year?
I think that's about right. Yeah.
It way outsold Sim at the back end of the year, by a significant margin.
Once it was in there, it kind of cut that margin down.
So in that short window, it sold about a third of what Sim sold over the whole year.
Wow.
Which is it's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
There was so much hype with that driver.
Yeah.
And I think the good news is there was a ton of hype, and it actually was worthy of the hype.
Definitely.
It's an excellent driver.
Yeah.
Great.
So that's an honourable mention.
Sim's the year-long winner, though, for that category?
I think it wins the day. There was great performance on the PJ Tour and the fitting studios from the fitters I talked to. I think it was the one, and it was, I think it was a bit of a comeback because I thought M5 wasn't great as it shaked out. I thought it was okay, and then as the year progressed, I found myself selling way more of everything else and not that much M5. So
interesting.
I think that for me is why again I think Sim was really good because it was a big improvement. Yeah,
I agree. It was a much more stable, better driver than M5, which was already quite a good driver.
Definitely.
Okay.
Fairways. Fairways. I mean, we done the bracket.
Yeah.
The winner of the bracket was Sim Titanium.
It's very hard to pick anything else. I still have my TS3 in the bag, so it's not a current model, so I wouldn't factor that in.
Yeah.
I do think Sim TI is the best fairway wood of the year. I know I'm not playing it, and that's only because of the spin profile. It's the best 3-wood.
Best 3-wood of the year, and by far. And this is actually quite a significant quite a significant thing because it was so expensive.
It was.
Normally, the most expensive is
That's
never
true.
the best seller.
It is expensive.
So that's a big tip your cap to Sim Titanium.
Absolutely.
In the game improvement, it was actually a dead heat between G410 and Sim Max.
Really?
In the game improvement category.
Good to hear, because G400 wasn't the best Fairway wood, let's be honest. So 410 was significantly improved to the tune of obviously many people's preference.
Yeah.
That's great. And Sim Max, I'm not surprised either, because whenever I hit Sim Max, it's probably, if I was going to play one of the two this year, I would have played Sim Max because of the extra spin. But it still looks and feels and performs very much like the TI does.
Sim Max to me sat a little bit shut to my eye. I could see a bit of loft and it sat a little shut, which was good in fits. But I, personally, I didn't love it. Didn't enjoy it.
Wasn't your cup of tea.
Yeah.
Okay. Hybridos.
Into the hybridos.
The hybrido category is a good one. I didn't give the hybrid any thought, because I kind of forgot that we'd be doing hybrids. Obviously, we would.
It was an overwhelming victory, and it's actually another one that's interesting. So it was G410 by a long way,
like a long shot,
and we couldn't get any from the end of July onwards.
Of course, because it would have been out of rotation.
It went to like a 9 to 12 week delay.
Oh wow!
At the back end of the year, so we were basically told to stop selling them.
Crazy. It's such a good hybrid.
So
for
good.
everyone, the flat setting, I love the flat setting.
Yeah.
For someone like me, but anyone who hits a bit of a fade or a slice could use the upright setting and the closed settings. Great club.
We saw big changes with that flat setting, and they didn't make it just a little flat setting. It was a 3-degree difference.
Such a good
and
feature.
we saw that, didn't we, when we done it for you? And we were kind of playing with that. I want to say it was Mizuno CLK that we went upright, and then we went flat with ping, and there was like a 6-degree difference.
Crazy. Ball flights were just complete opposites.
Brilliant.
Great hybrid.
Yeah.
Your personal choice for the hybrido?
I would probably say, even though I played the Mizuno, I would say TS3.
I'm not surprised to hear you say that.
TS3. I thought that was probably the one I enjoyed fitting with the most.
I think that Mizuno one was, I didn't even really use a hybrid this year, did I? I have a memory like a steel trap. I used a driving iron most of the year, I'll comment on my favorite driving iron maybe, because that's a similar category.
Yeah.
I think that for me personally, I really like Callaway's driving irons.
Yeah.
I'm still looking forward to trying. It's not their fault it was lost in shipping, but it's coming. I think they have a really nice driving iron. For someone like me that doesn't want to spin it too low, I thought it was very nice and balanced, forgiving enough, and it looks nice, but it's not intimidating. So I was a big fan of that one.
I like that one as well. I can see myself taking 3 driving irons to Dubai and trying to figure it out there.
We should
do maybe a little testing in here, and then maybe take 2 of them to Dubai. But Strixon, TaylorMade, and Callaway, I think are going to make the.
I agree. Strixon's going to be the one that I shouldn't say not many people know about Strixon's driving irons, but relative to the rest of the market, they really don't. People are going to be shocked by how nice that thing is this coming year.
This is a little side note to all this chatter. We've talked about this a little bit. One of my goals for 2021 is to have pretty much trying as much as I can represent every brand that we work with in the bag.
Both of us.
I'm going to try not to double up anywhere.
You know what we should do? Between 2 bags, we can cover
everyone.
I don't know, like 10 brands.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good idea. You talked about that a couple weeks ago. Because often there are 2 clubs, let's say, this is a terrible example, they're just literally right in front of me. Let's say you hit both of these really well.
Yeah.
And you already had a bunch of ping in your bag. If the performance is the same, I think it makes sense for us to be forcibly, it's almost like forcibly brand agnostic. Like it doesn't really matter, but it's nice to have the representation for all of them, because then you get the full season's experience with it, whereas you wouldn't have gotten that if you didn't diversify it quite that much.
This is a nice segue, and I'm going to jump into mid handicap irons quickly, because I just saw Anthony said he bought the P790s after a year of reflection he didn't enjoy.
Really? Interesting.
Glad he found a buyer at a good price. P790 was by far our best seller of the year in terms of sets sold.
Yep. It
sold almost 3 times more than the next bet. Almost.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's significant.
But it's not for everyone, and we say this about that type of irons all the time. I think if you're somebody who's maybe upgrading from call it hot metal, G410, T300, those shapes, and you want to downsize it.
I agree.
And the kind of P790 design is going to be really attractive to you.
Absolutely.
And they're still very forgiving for what they offer.
And obviously tons of distance, spin reduction, it does all this stuff. You're right though, that's not for everybody.
Yes.
Who was second?
I mean, T100 in terms of sales was the
right
second. Yeah, T100 and T100S. We sold a ton of sets of those.
Not surprised. Great irons.
They were really, really good. It actually was quite mixed in there. So T100, T100S, followed by Strixon Z 785.
Okay.
Which, like the Ping Hybrid, we had to stop selling in sort of early August.
Of course.
If we had been able to continue selling that one might have overtaken T100.
Interesting. It's almost like we're going to have to eventually have 12-month product cycle reports for each club, because they aren't the same 12-month period.
It's
all different kind of things. But that's not surprised to hear that. Strixon, obviously, they'll probably have an even bigger year next year, and so will Mizuno. I think Mizuno will have a huge year.
Huge year. Obviously, a new MP line coming.
Yes.
The JPX line was really popular. The back end, we done really well with those irons.
Forged was the best.
Forged was brilliant, and Hot Metal also was doing very, very well. And in the players category, a big honourable mention to the Mura TC201s. Jamie said we sold, I think it was something like 4 times our biggest number ever with Mura this season.
Just off that iron. I mean,
mostly.
One thing we were talking about when we were eating lunch about these are expensive. This is a very expensive set of irons. So I get it. People do come in here with healthy budgets at times, so I'm not surprised there were a lot of sets sold, but for something to sell that much quantity at that expensive of a price, they must be pretty damn good.
They're exceptional. And they've probably been I think when the last time I had a set of irons that I enjoyed that much.
This might be your all-time favorites.
Yeah, I would be going back. I would be going way back to Callaway X14 Pro Series.
You've said that a few weeks ago.
That's how far back I'm talking.
Like
I love those irons.
Yeah.
Won my first ever check as a professional with those irons.
It's a good memory. Hard to push that memory out.
Won a nice one-day event in the west of Scotland. It was a kind of winter series called the West of Scotland Golf Alliance. And I won a one-day event at a course, shot 66, it was nice.
Hot X14 Pros. Well, TC201s are also your personal choice, obviously, for the year.
My choice.
Not surprisingly, T100s for me, because I played them, and we did try them all, and for me, those were the ones that I preferred. I will definitely be starting the year with mine. I know I don't think you're gonna change. If I change, it won't be a performance decision. It'll just be, I feel like playing something new. Because the T100s, we're not gonna find something that you'd agree. What is gonna perform better? No. The launch spin, ball speed, everything's great. So yeah, I may change, but for fun next year.
And I'm trying to think, as you were talking there, I'm trying to think in my mind, who's offering something that might entice you? Maybe ZX7, but I think you're moving away from going in the lower loft.
I want to keep it, honestly, these which you bent 1 week for me, I love them like that. I kind of want the 30-degree 6-iron is probably going to be what I play for the rest of my young life, at least, while I have the same speed that I have. I just think I hit way more greens this year with my long irons.
Well, let's set this as a challenge from me to you. Is if I can find you something better, then you're going to be in a good spot.
Absolutely.
So that I'll take that challenge and try to come up. And it might be something, it's a bit of a freaky, deaky combo set. It could be pulling irons from different ones, but at some point in the year, I'm going to come to you with 7 new irons, 4 to wedge, and go, okay, we're doing a head-to-head today. We're doing it live.
I love that.
And if it's better, let's go in the bag.
That sounds great. A combo set would definitely catch my eye, because those Apex Callaways, they're so nice. I would combo those, probably not with a Callaway set though. I'd probably play. I know this sounds ridiculous.
You didn't
I might. I just didn't like the blade height and the neck. The heel is too high.
Too high.
Again, I'm being picky, but the Apex were so nice that I would probably combo them with something else.
Just quickly, while I see that there's a comment that came in there. Nothing, Robert, against you. Did TXG kill off Honma No Love?
Yeah, good timing, Robert.
Great timing, because we have just shown...
just reviewed these.
We've just shown maximum love to the Honma TR20 V and P.
Very nice.
Great irons.
Yeah, we were very impressed. This one especially. I think, would you agree the P is the more impressive of the two? Yes. I think the V was cool, but there's a lot of irons like that. I think this one is a bit more unique based on how it performed. So you will see that probably tomorrow. Honma iron review tomorrow. I'll get up and edit that tomorrow.
Yep. Robert Crawford. We're praying for the Rangers in the second. We're praying for the Rangers.
Saturday.
Saturday, big day.
Lovely.
Nervous. Nervous
so
already.
That's the irons.
That's the irons.
Wedges? We can do our personal preference for wedges. If you
Well,
want.
well, we should mention maybe the game improvement side
sorry.
of things on the irons.
Gotcha.
So,
Game improvement irons.
yeah, G410 was a bit of a surprise bestseller. I wouldn't have
I'm a little bit
expected.
surprised.
Now I know Cammy, Alex, and John. I think the Toronto boys, they all enjoyed that one this year. My personal favourite, I think I've said on a few occasions, is 921 Hot Metal.
They are somewhat similar in size.
They're
shape.
not that, and I think you're at 100% right. And I just go to the feel and softness, and I think the chromoly's easier to bend.
A
And
bit of looks too, to be honest.
yeah,
They look a little
I
bit
just
nicer.
think that's it.
Nice. Well, good for Ping though.
Good for Ping. Good in the sales. And then the honourable mention below the G410 as the best seller was the Hot Metal and Hot Metal Pro.
Nice.
In the limited time, as Jamie said, limited time they were around.
Of course,
They
yeah,
got
that's
half
right.
a season worth of sales.
Very true. Well,
Yeah.
so they'll have all of it next year, obviously,
Yeah.
before the new ones.
Wedges.
Personal preferences for
So you
wedges.
played your T20s.
Yeah. So I'll say this: I liked the T20s.
Uh-huh.
I am going to change them for next year.
Yep. You did see that very early on.
I think I hit the gap wedge very nicely the way I wanted to. I did not love the lob wedge. I don't really know why.
Okay.
I can't tell you exactly what it is. I wasn't good with them in the bunker. I had no luck in the bunker with them. Partly I need to practice, but from Vokies before, I know I was a little better with them. So
With your M grind.
yeah, so I want to address the wedges. Again, this is not a knock on Mizuno's wedges. They're very nice, but
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to change them. So would I say those were my favorite of the year? Probably not. I think, honestly, the Jaws wedges from Callaway might have been the nicest wedges of the year for many reasons. I'll pick those. And honorable mention to the ones I actually used.
Yeah, the 20s.
Yeah.
So the wedges I got was SM8 Raw. I got some hand ground wedges from Aaron Dill himself.
So good.
Special touch.
Hard to beat, eh?
Very sentimental. Before we go to Dubai, the 60.
Right. Yeah, let me grab it for you.
Yeah, but thanks, Matty boy. The 60 is going to be taken to the grind wheel.
Oh, nice.
I'm actually going to take it down with me today, and I'm going to head in there over the next few days. And
What do you want to do?
I'm going to probably take a significant portion of that M away.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to flatten that off at the back a little bit. I'll probably leave a little bit of heel relief. So if I like to play my wedges a little bit open.
So we'll sit close to the
Sits a
ground.
little bit down on those shots.
Very nice.
I was talking yesterday with Scott Cowkes, who's a great friend and a phenomenal coach, and we were chatting about the different parts of the sole to use and things like that. And I'll probably, to be honest, I'll go to the grinding wheel. I'll come back and hit them.
Yeah.
See how I feel. I may hit a few off a board just to see at what point. Like, am I using the front third, the middle third, or the back third?
It's a great process where you can, because you're going to do it in Mississauga.
Yeah.
And I know you guys haven't seen the build shop, but the videos we filmed in Mississauga, they're in a bay.
Yeah.
The furthest right bay.
Yeah.
The door right beside it is the shop. So you
build
could
shop.
literally just go back.
So
and
yeah,
forth.
I'm going to be
That's awesome.
grinding gloves on and then sort of taking a little bit of that
This
back
section there.
Yeah, really kind of bring that down a little bit. I like about 4 or 5 degrees of bounce because I like to play the wedge face a little bit open.
Because you're adding effect.
Add a little bit. So I don't like it when it sits at like 11 degrees of
I think
bounce.
that makes perfect sense. I
Yeah.
can see even what you're saying here. Like when I look at the back of this kind of flange here, it's fairly meaty.
Yeah.
You could definitely afford to lose.
Yeah, whip a little bit of that away, and then I think by the time we get them, that'll be really nice.
Did Aaron grind these at all before? Not
so
this one?
the 50 and the 54, he
did.
ground. I mean, the 50 is just it's literally a work of art. I
I'm
mean, I
sure,
just don't know how he's made. It's the best looking wedge I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah, I can see what he's done there.
In the
You can
plane
see it all
position.
there on the heel.
And if you look at that down the line, this is a pretty. I'm
Here,
going to try
so
and see if
nice.
I can give.
The lack of offset.
Can you see
basically.
that? That's probably the best view I can
Yeah.
give you. Like hosel into leading edge
It's very straight.
is literally perfection.
Absolutely.
I love it. That's now my warm up club. It's my just mess around club. I'll just do everything with that 50.
Get it cast in bronze so you can have it remade.
Just love it. I just absolutely love it.
Fantastic. So wedges, Ian's choice was SM8,
Yep,
obviously.
yep.
Customer choices
SM8 was hands down the winner.
were
And
glides. Stop it. Sorry.
we just get Siri.
My Apple HomePod thought I was talking to
that's
her.
hilarious.
I'm not talking to you, Siri. I'm busy. I'm filming a video. It's live. What's the matter with you?
Rude.
Embarrassing yourself, woman.
And the second best was the Zipcore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say glides.
Yeah, Zipcore.
So Zipcore really
sold
ate its way into the market. Good for them. It's honestly,
big time.
That's what I was going to say. I'm such an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring my Zipcores to Dubai, and I'm going to test both of them because I was really impressed with those. The only reason I didn't play them is because the demo ones I had were all 10-degree bounce, which I want some versatility, but great wedges.
I might have a little project in mind with the Zipcores.
Smash it. We're gonna have some luggage.
We're gonna have some. Oh, we are. I know. Get
we're gonna
ready.
be going up to what? We're flying Lufthansa.
I know.
Hello.
Can you turn the super chats on just so we've got a little bit of budget for the old oversized
extra baggage? Yeah.
Oversized
$60 per bag, sir. That one's overweight. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah. Putters.
This
last but not least. And so let's do a little ball one as well. But,
yes. Let's do putters.
Scotty Cameron as a brand was we sold the most of those from. It's always Newport 2. That's it's always a share of that. But the most common model we sold was the TaylorMade Spider Chalk.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So apparently the boys loved that.
It kind of makes sense because you can get really nice launch conditions with it. It's a great alignment tool. I find like the Spider is very easy to align and it puts a nice roll on the ball. Not surprised to hear it.
32 McCann. Isn't Zipcore very similar to RTX4? I wouldn't say you're wrong. I wouldn't say they are dissimilar. They're better. They are definitely better.
I agree.
The head shape is nicer. I thought RTX4 was a big leap forward from RTX3.
Yes.
Thought RTX3 were not nice.
Were they the ones that were a bit on the big side or like tall in the face and stuff?
No good.
Yeah. No, the Zipcores look as good as, I think we said it in the video, at address, Zipcore is as good as anything.
Unbelievable.
It's so nice.
In this new sort of, the hand ground models.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, we have a couple of them that are just, I mean, your jaw hits the floor, to be honest, when you see them. They sent us a little selection of the different ones that they can do, and it's just
fantastic. Really?
So, as much as, I think the wedge work stuff has been the gold standard in sort of wedge options over the years.
Yeah.
It's at a premium. I think it's probably $100 or so a wedge extra
for the custom work.
For those, I think you pay like $15 for the
it's $10 or $15.
It's amazing.
Very reasonable.
It's amazing.
And that's the raw ones, right?
That's the raw ones. Yeah. Golf ball of the year.
Ball.
What was the golf ball of the year?
I think the best golf ball of the year was the Pro V1 standard.
Yep.
Because I think it does so much extremely well. I think unless you need extra iron spin or maybe like a super firm ball for your driver or something, I never really lost ball speed with it on my driver, even though it's softer.
Yeah.
I loved it around the greens. My iron flight was nice. I loved the feel of it off the face being a bit softer. So for me, that was a no-brainer. Honorable mention to TP5, which I played at the beginning of the year. I loved it also. I just want to play another one for some variety, and Titleist has been fantastic.
They have been good. Yeah, they got sent us some golf balls out, which is very kind. I would say, I'm going to have to say, and it's actually not the golf ball I'm currently playing, but I played the meat of the season with a TP5, and it was actually that yellow one.
That's right.
And I'll probably tell as many people, I probably as good a year as I've had, maybe ever, but. So I'm going to say for me that was the ball of the year until something performs a little better. I have been playing with Pro V1X.
A little more iron spin?
A little bit more iron spin, but I think I'm still, in my preference, I still prefer the feel of the compression of the TP5.
I think that's fair.
So I think I've got more testing to do. I would have loved if they were more readily available to play the Bridgestone, the Tour BX.
Yes.
I would have really enjoyed playing that because to me it's not clicky, it's not hard, and it spins enough for me.
It does. I think the compression sits in between the two also.
Yeah.
Honorable mention to Quantix or the Quantix control. Watch that video if you haven't seen it.
We seen some good direct-to-consumer golf balls this year,
tons of good
didn't
ones.
we?
Yeah.
We saw some good stuff. Seed golf balls recently were really nice. Snell as always do a great job.
Vice, Inesis.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. They were awesome. It was, you know what? It was kind of the year of the golf ball. We talked a lot of golf ball stuff.
And we went from hating a golf ball test.
Fair.
And now, to be honest, if a golf ball comes in,
I'm down for it.
We don't dislike it at all.
I have to say, the beginning of the year when we hated it is mostly my fault. I don't think I was hitting it as well, and they were becoming really tedious. Towards the end of the year, I felt like we got a nice pattern for it. We did a better job, and they were flowing. So 2021, you'll see a lot of golf ball reviews.
Listen to Uncle Bandit. Uncle Bandit's cracking the whip in he's saying there's 500 people watching, and there was only 50 something
It's up to 78
likes.
now, so Bandit is he's making it happen. Bandit, I'm impressed because it's 9 o'clock p.m. your time on New Year's Eve. I know you've been drinking already, so good for you. Good for you for still being here.
Uncle Bandit's cracking the whip.
I love it. Anything else?
What else do we?
What other equipment is there?
Well, I mean, a lot of people wanted to talk about the shaft of the year.
Okay, sure.
Which I think is an easy one.
Yeah, let's do that.
It's a Ventus Blue.
It's a Ventus.
It's a Ventus Blue. That Ventus Blue, for me, I kind of said, I've never worked with a better head than Sim. I've never worked with a better shaft than Ventus Blue. It's unbelievable.
It is.
And I think it will continue to be fantastic.
I'm really looking forward to maybe some new releases from them in 2021. Who knows if there's another product in the line or an update, but no, they won the year in shafts, no doubt.
Let's see if we can get to within, so how many people are live? 585.
Yes.
Let's see if we can get to within 10% of the people watching in likes. That's going to have to get us over 500 likes. We're going to be on for probably another 5-10 minutes or so. Less, 5 minutes tops. Let's see if we can get that up over.
I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're on 26 minutes. This is ending right before 30 minutes because if anything says 30 next to it when it gets posted, no one watches it, so I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
So we have to end the stream before 30. You guys have as much time as you need, and we will take a few viewer questions for 3 minutes.
Let's do
as
that.
a reward.
As a reward.
All right. Oh, thumbs down, people. Great. Those count too. Those also count. Specific questions about the equipment we've talked about today, the best of, or tell us what you think is the best of. We've got now about 3 minutes.
3 minutes now.
Go nuts.
Yeah.
Go nuts. We will read it on screen. We'll put them up. Let us know what you thought was the best.
Yeah, we would. We want to hear.
T-Rex is asking about blueprint irons. What do we think? I thought they were okay. I just didn't see that there were that many players that would want to play them. They were very unforgiving. They look cool, but they didn't offer a ton of extra performance.
Definitely.
Beryllium as a putter material. I never really tried it too much, Neil. A lot of people that I've spoke to have said it felt a little bit softer than the original one.
Okay.
Who knows?
Yeah,
Who knows?
I agree. I just saw one here. Pro V1X and Bridgestone BX. S was asked as a comparison. The two balls are actually quite similar, I think. BXS is softer though, in compression. Is that right?
And it fell off the radar for you now this year because the spin profile changed on it.
Yeah, they dropped the spin.
They dropped the spin on it, and I don't think that helped. I'm blaming the fact Tiger didn't win the Masters again on the fact that golf ball didn't spin as much.
That's right. He needed the spin.
He needed the spin.
Fix that ball. Left dash Pro V1X from Michael Campbell. Yes, excellent ball. I think we both thought it was very interesting for the high spin player. Yeah. TP5X too.
Yes, absolutely.
We've got a minute and a half left.
A minute and a half, guys. We're going to stop with the 2020 chat and do a minute and a half of thank you for being part of TXG in 2020.
It was a big year.
It was a monumental year. The growth of the channel, the growth of the audience, the community spirit. You guys have got to know each other. I'm sure when you guys join in, you look for each other's names now.
Yes, they do.
That's a wonderful thing.
It is. It's a rare thing, too.
And what has been a really, really shitty year.
It's been the shittiest of years.
The shittiest of shit years in our lifetime. Yeah. That is one thing that's been phenomenal, is to see how the community has grown together.
That's very, very well said.
World class.
Could not agree more.
Well done to you guys.
And we appreciate it over here.
We do. We do.
Zachary says we're going to hit 300K a year from now. That would be great, Zachary.
That would be nice.
I feel like I already made a loftier goal, but that would be nice.
Be nice when it's 117 a year.
It's doable.
It's doable. It's doable.
It always becomes exponential. Yep. So. All right, we're into the final 30 seconds
Final 30 seconds.
Any closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts. Yeah, those are my closing thoughts. Yeah, just lots and lots of, gratitude and love and all that stuff for you guys.
Absolutely.
Just couldn't have made our year on the channel any better. It's been massive for us.
It has been a lifesaver, quite literally.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to next year.
Yep.
This year is ending in 8 hours for us. And
friends of ours, less than, what is
Yeah,
it now?
less
Less than 4
any
now
minute now.
in the UK.
Yep. So we're looking
Less than
forward to
4.
next year, and we are going to sign off right now because I don't want us to say 30 minutes.
Okay, guys,
Happy New Year.
see you in 2021.